field. He leads the nation in passing efficiency. Number 21, of course, Desmond Howard, has a whole lot to do with that, because he can take a 6-yard pass and turn it into a 60-yard play before you can take a break. Ricky Powers will be the tailback. Barney Leggett is the fullback, and Yale Van Dyne is a very good receiver at the other wideout position. It is, however, run on the first carry. Powers, who went for more than 1,000 this season, carries the ball up to the 38-yard line. One of the best offensive lines I think I've ever seen in college football. This is Powers again, and he's very good at that little starting one way and then back against the grain with power, and he gets 2 yards as he's hit very hard along the front. And there are lots of people along the front of Ohio State's defense that'll hit you hard, including number 58 linebacker Steve Tovar. These fellows will put some paint on you. In the secondary, the big guy back there, the big loper, is Roger Harper. He stands about 6'4", and he too will take your head off. Powers is out. Jesse Johnson now is in the backfield for Michigan. It is 2nd down and 7. And Gerbach's first pass of the day. Caught by Yale Van Dyne. And a first down for the Michigan Wolverines on the Ohio State side of the field. Alexander planning on coming back next year. He's a dose of trouble himself. Ball just inside the 44 of Ohio State. Little quick handoff to the up back, Barney Leggett. Leggett will come down right about the line of scrimmage. 2nd down and 10 for the Wolverines from the Buckeye 44. There's contact along the front. Number 57, Greg Smith. Either somebody moved or he was trying to anticipate. John Nealon.
Illegal contact.
Offside defense. Let's join Jack Arute. 2nd down, 5 after the penalty. It is Johnson. Jesse Johnson. Fumble the football. It was knocked out of his arm off the tackle by Roger Harper. The ball is resting just short of the 10-yard line now for the Wolverines, as they have an opportunity to get on the scoreboard early. The pitch comes back to Johnson. He's got daylight to the 5. And Smith is howling about being held in the middle, but they don't see a flag. 2nd down, just short of the 5-yard line. Gerbach is checked off. Change the play. Gives it back to Johnson. He lost that football.
2 fumbles on the opening drive for Michigan, and both times they avoided disaster.
3rd down and 3. You could conceivably get, I think, a first down without scoring, but it would be so close it would hardly matter. Ricky Powers is back in at the tailback position. Leggett at fullback. On 3rd down from the 3 goes to Powers, and Powers is headed up and stopped. J.D. Carlson, now a senior, is in to try a 20-yard field goal. He's 3 out of 6 between the 20 and the 30 this season. They go to the shovel pass. It goes to the goal line. It is not yet. It is Greg McThomas, and he did not score. Ohio State's had their team on the field, but that wasn't the case. They did get the first down. First down and goal. They've got 4 shots at it. About a half a yard away. Not even that much. About a foot away, really. Johnson, Leggett, and Leggett scores. Michigan gets the lead early. Well, Ohio State was a bit unlucky because I saw that ball come out. I just happened to no official could get a clear view of it.
Came out real late, and he was almost on the ground.
Take it 76 yards and take the lead 7-0. We're at 9:54 to go in the first quarter. And as Ohio State gets prepared to go on offense, a look at the team strength.
Well, it's a rushing game. It's their strength. 241 yards on the ground, average per game. And for Michigan, they're only giving up 100 yards, a little over 100 yards rushing on the ground. Be a good battle.
Carlos Snow coming back from a removal of a cyst off his hip, benign. He is one of the kick returners, principal, in fact, and Dante Lee, former tailback, now a wideout back there with him. But it's Snow, the senior from Cincinnati, a tough guy when it comes to running the football, and he brings it out to the 22-yard line. Behind Kent Graham in the backfield for Ohio State will be Carlos Snow, 200-pound senior at 5'9", and Scotty Graham. Scotty Graham is the senior at 220 pounds. Wideouts are very good, and so is Jeff Ellis, the tight end. I remember a couple of times that Scotty Graham had big games. Handoff, fake, pass, 88 Stapleton, and Stapleton is up across the 30, and down at the 31. He's got a 9-yard carry. Second down and 1 for Ohio State. This is Scotty Graham. And Scotty with the first down as he crosses the 40 to the 41-yard line. The man in motion is Bernard Edwards. The ball is given away to Carlos Snow, and Snow will take it for a couple of yards. Graham gives to Snow. Snow's taken down after 1 yard to the 44. On 3rd and 7, Graham with the man in motion. Has good protection, has a man and hits him right on the numbers. Ellis is tied in, and Jeff Ellis is going to have an Ohio State first down on the Michigan side of the field at the 42. Ohio State coming into the game at 8-2, ranked number 18 in the country, headed for the Hall of Fame Bowl. And you can see that Carlos Snow is just getting better and better week by week, getting tougher and tougher. So when he's ready, man, he's a tough dude.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. Still second down.
Second down and 6. Snow. He'll be looking at 3rd and 1 as he pops through over the left side. Call it 3rd, yard and a half. There's your first down, carried by Snow. Nothing fancy at all. I mean, it's just, Bob called it smash mouth football. Graham on first down, gets it off to the sideline. Pass caught by Bernard Edwards. No possession. Graham went over to complain, but the man wearing the striped shirt was right there and followed it. Gives it away. Goes to Denoto. And the Wolverines eat him up. Eric Anderson now has 100 tackles on the season.
He looks like a linebacker, doesn't he?
First thing you do is skin your nose. Right? That helmet came right on your nose. On 3rd down and 11, Graham back. Woodson had a lot of time. Nice room to run. But then he waits. And that momentary wait means Anderson again. Tim Williams now, a 46-yard field goal try. And the wind knocks it down. That would have been his longest of the year. And you got a little gust of wind on it. All right, sun still trying to pop through the thick gray clouds hanging over the Ann Arbor, Michigan area. Ricky Powers will be in here at tailback as this possession begins. Leggett, the fullback. Here comes a reverse from Desmond Howard. Buckeyes cover it pretty well. And Desmond is taken down at the 36-yard line by John Krzyzewski. Hate to see the coach hate to see that ball rolling around under any circumstances. Here goes Ricky Powers, the 205-pound sophomore from Akron, going up over the top, found the daylight, picks up a first down at the 44. Earl Burton, who coaches the running backs over there, talking to him as he came off the field. Coaching kind of stops. Jesse Johnson carries. Freshman out of Harper Woods, Michigan. All they want is a chance. Those smart enough to give it to him reap the dividends. Carrying is Jesse Johnson. Well, he's still growing, but he hasn't become terrifying yet. He's still learning the game. Still young, but he's now up to 285 pounds at 6'6". This is Powers. Ball comes out. Ohio State's got it.
The third fumble of the day for Michigan. They finally lose one, right?
And Chico Nelson got his hat on it and knocked it out. This is Hollow Snow. Once he got his shoulders turned and headed upfield, he turned on the jets and he picked up about 8 yards, maybe 9. Benote in. Graham is the lone back. Johnny Graham. He's got the ball. And he's close to his first down as Matt Dyson, number 91. Next to back. Here's Jackaroo.
Keith, you keep talking about the sun wanting to come in and out. Well, it's 47 degrees. The winds are coming out of the southeast, and basically it's overcast. Now, what it's done is we've had some rain, but it's been a light drizzle. The track cannot be considered fast because the rain has stayed on top of the PAT turf. So much so that both teams have advised their centers to exchange the balls as often as possible to keep them dry.
You get the feeling that all the ABC announcers win by the hat concession. First down for Ohio State, just inside the Michigan 42. This is Benote. Keeps his footing, he's still running. He's a skater. When he went skating through there, somebody got a piece of his right foot. Anderson, I think, it was, and he lost his balance. Ball is on the 35-yard line. It's second down and 4. Graham, Scotty Graham. That's only a yard. And big old Mike Evans, number 92, is there to say howdy. Third down, they go with the ground game. And it looks like they've got the first down as Snow with a second lunge. Gets just inside the 31, and that's enough. So on third down and about 3, they just hammered it right up the pipe.
First quarter statistics, not a whole lot there. Plays are even. First down's about the same. Michigan leading in total yardage, but Michigan turned the ball over on that Ricky Powers fumble. Time of possession about the same.
Now Ohio State's trying to do something with that turnover. Graham gives it to Snow. Snow was slowed down by Lance Dotton, number 22, and then he got some help. And they pick him up after about 3 yards. So second down and 7 coming up for Ohio State.
Townsend, who was in on that tackle and helped string it out, the fifth-year senior was not going to come back. Didn't get a lot of playing time last year and has really been a big surprise this year. Played well.
Snow again, and Eric Anderson hits it, knocks all of the momentum away from him. And second Wolverine took him down, that second man being number 8, Dwayne Ware. But it was Anderson who did the damage. Third down and 9. Buckeyes having a little trouble once they get down around the 30-yard line. They go with a run, and they eat it up. Number 90, Ninef Aga Khan. Just sitting right there in the trenches, and there was no place for Snow to go.
A conservative call, no question about it, as you look at Aga Khan. A draw play on third down. You know, that just tells you about Ohio State. Their strength is running, not throwing. They want to throw on first and second down, not on third and long when you want them to throw.
Now they're going to go for a 50-yard field goal try with Tim Williams, the sophomore from Waynesville, Ohio. The hold is good, and the kick is away, and good! 50 yards, his longest of the year, and it's good by about a yard. Want this thing, they'd like to catch it on the run because they know he's not going to kick it deep. He kicked it very high, and Desmond gets up there and gets a piece of it, and gets a handle on it, and gets it out to the 40-yard line. Elvis Gerbach brings the Wolverines up at the 40, first down, and hands the ball to Jesse Johnson. And there's a couple of yards there. Michigan has put the ball in the air one time so far.
Gerbach is from St. Joe in Cleveland, as well as Desmond Howard, same high school, played together.
Second down and 8 from the 42. Stay into the run. Johnson again. Spellman got a piece of that tackle. Walton on the bottom and Alonzo on the top. 5-man, 4-man run for Ohio State. Gerbach drops the throw, gets his pass away too high. The pass intended for Desmond Howard, incomplete, in front of Tim Walton, and Gerbach is complaining. He's a big, he doesn't have to do that.
Elvis trying for a first down any way he can get it.
Here's the punt by Ascona. Eddie Ascona got a beauty. Stablin there to make the reception, did not call fair catch. Wayne Ware was trying his dead level best to knock him loose of the football. 42-yard punt.
I think that's what he was complaining about right there. Oh, that's it right there. He's saying, choke me, shove me. Come on, be a little bit nicer to me.
John Nealon's standing there looking at it too.
I think that was a good call. I don't think there was anything there that should have been called.
Easy for you to say.
Well, yeah. Well, I usually take up for those quarterbacks too, but that's, you got to be a little bit more than that.
Scotty Graham carries and goes from the 14 for a yard. 10.5 minutes to go in your first half now. With a 7-3 ball game, Michigan scoring on its very first possession. Had a little luck on the play on the drive. Did what they needed to do. That's intercepted by Lance Button. Michigan ball at the Ohio State 13-yard line.
Watch this ball. He's going to sail over the open receiver. Right there, he's open. Just goes over his head. That's Galloway, number 7. Dotton has returned one interception for a touchdown earlier in the year. It's another big one here today.
Put it on the 12-yard line. First down for the Wolverines. Johnson's the tailback. Legette the fullback. Johnson with the ball. This way, that way, zig and a zag, and he's down to the 7. That's about a 5-yard pickup before Mark Williams brings him down. Playing on prescription turf. Here at Michigan Stadium, the rug is gone. They sold it piece by piece for $110,000. Johnson again. Inside the 5 to the 4. He can get a first down if he gets inside the 2. All right, third down and 1. The ball is up. Well, it's actually a yard and a half. Gerbach still got it. Got to do something with it. Incomplete. Intended for Burkholder. Now it is 4th down. So you send Johnson out at tailback.
You got Desmond Howard out there by himself.
Top of the picture.
Well, maybe not by himself. You see Harper sneaking out there.
There's a couple of Buckeyes got eyes on it. They go to Johnson. Bounces off the stack and gets the first down. They had it and didn't hold it. So now it is 1st and goal from a yard. Johnson. Touchdown. J.D. Carlson. Good.
I paid $20 for Bo to switch barbers one time. I'd like to get a picture of him with a stylist.
High hanger, it goes to the 16-yard line for Dante Lee. And from the 16 to the 22, a 6-yard return, that's all there is. As Michigan hustles down to cover. Snow, the tailback. Cothran, Jeff Cothran's in there at fullback right now, and Snow has it. And Snow is hit by Brian Townsend. And the ball is stripped. And Michigan
turnovers inside the 25-yard line for Michigan.
They have a chance here to put a big hurt on Ohio State. Just inside the 22. Whistles before the play. Referee is John Nealon.
Dead ball, delay a game on the offense. Still first down.
He does do a lot of checking off at the line of scrimmage in Ohio State. It is moving around defensively, but you also have to see the clock, which is at the top of the stadium.
Here's a reverse with Desmond Howard taking the ball from Johnson. Looked like he was going to try to throw the ball, but there was nobody to throw it to. And the man downfield, Van Dyne, was being covered by Patillo.
It was a pass.
Defense, offside, 5-yard penalty, 1st and 10.
Now we're finally going to get a play, I think. It's less than 10 seconds, clock running. It's on 7 seconds. Gerback delivers the ball to Johnson. He gets a block on the corner and gets a pretty good gain out of it. That block is thrown over here by number 88, Tony McGee, the tight end, and that got him around the corner. And Wheatley checks in at tailback, and he's late getting there. He gets the ball. He hardly had time to get his feet on the ground, and he turns it inside the 5. And look out. Here's the old penalty game. Came whistling in from the side, and it looks bad for the Wolverines.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard foul from the spot. Still 2nd down.
Well, if they ever get the play off, it's down to 6 seconds. 5. Now they get it going. Gerback's pass. Incomplete. He was throwing the ball for his tight end, McGee, and it was too high. They go to a single back. Trips to the bottom of the picture. Those 3 white people. Then Gerback on 3rd down and 12. Has time. Passes away to Desmond, and he's taken down to the 20-yard line. A very good tackle by Tim Patillo, number 21. Will hit it from the 37-yard line. Out of the hold of Kent Solomon. Big leg again, and it's good. They were able to get down, however, to the 30, but every time they get to the 30, the party stops. This is Dante Lee coming up on a short high kick and bringing it back to just over the 30 to the 31-yard line. Ohio State, in their last 3 plays, have had 2 turnovers. So let's see if fortune swings for them a tad here. Graham drops the throw, has good protection again. Pass down the middle is good. Pass is caught by Brian Stabline, Jr. from Erie, Pennsylvania. Snow with it. Crosses midfield to the Wolverine 49, and that's 4 yards. Not much room. We're running into the boundary side like that. Unless you can find yourself a crack, you're not going to go very far. 3rd and 5 as Graham drops. Passes away into the crowd. It's complete. The Buckeyes will go punting. Tim Williams in to punt. Averaging just under 38 on 44 kicks this year. Nice high kick, got a little wind under it. And it runs Howard back. Oh, but look at that. Oh, my goodness. One man. Goodbye. Hello, Heisman.
Was a great punt by Williams. In fact, he probably outkicked his coverage. Anytime you give a man with Howard's ability some room to run, take a look at it from behind. Everybody spread out there in pretty good shape. The white shirts look like that might have been a clip. I caught a pose here that seems kind of familiar. Huh?
The last player at the University of Michigan to win a major individual award was Tom Harmon in 1940 when he won the Heisman. Now this man, I just can't imagine hasn't won it. And Eric Anderson has a very good chance to win the Butkus Award this year. It's a bumper year for Wolverine.
Desmond Howard came into the ball game with 22 touchdowns. He now has 23. 2 of them on returns, 2 of them on reverse runs, and 19 on pass receptions.
The kickoff is short, taken by Johnny Lee, his 3rd time today, and he gets a good return out of it up to about the 38-yard line. He truly, genuinely is a great kid to be around.
Yes, he is.
Kid.
Wore a shirt and tie to school the first 2 years when he was here at Michigan.
He did, he's a home. Guaranteed. Ball's rolling around, and the Buckeyes finally control it. My goodness, the wheels have come off the wagon for here at the closing 5 minutes of the first half. 2nd down and 23. His 2nd big play of the ball game. 3rd and 25. Kent Bryant. He did get his arm going forward. You see the referee, John Needham, waving it off. Howard's back. He went 93 the last time. Won't have to go this far. If he gets it, it's a low line drive, and it's kicked out of bounds. They don't give him a chance to return it, and the crowd hoots and hollers.
Well, I'm surprised that Ohio State was kicking to him in the first place.
Well, I really did. And McThomas is in the backfield with Wheatley for Michigan.
Look out here.
Here comes Wheatley. First down from the 46. 4 seconds.
Dead ball. False start on the offense. Still first down.
Here are the records for Desmond Howard at Michigan.
At Michigan, he is single season scoring leader with 138 points. Tom Harmon held the old record
For 50 plus years.
That's something else, isn't it? Single season touchdowns updated to 23. Receiving touchdowns at 19.
On 1st and 15, Gerback getting some heat, trying to set up a screen pass for Wheatley. Now the ball comes out and falls right back underneath Desmond Howard. He was in the melee. Gerback's pass is away, thrown away. Because there were 2 Buckeyes coming after him. 3rd down and 14. A little delay for Wheatley. And that's a good defensive play there by Steve Tobar.
You want to block it?
Get any pressure on him. Again, he doesn't get much of it. This time, well, it's worth 7 yards up to the 35.
They're kicking into the wind, Keith, and also they want to take a chance at blocking the kick.
Not getting a lot out of a quarterback position right now. Go, and it is incomplete. And he's on his back upfield looking to see whether or not somebody would put it down. Bernard Edwards at 6'5", 205 could not. And it's 2nd down and 10. They get the ball away from Hollis Snow. And he'll pick up 2. Back goes Kent Bryant. Completes his pass for a 1st down. Back, tied in, Jeff Ellis. They'd be rolling the ball. Shakes it off. Now he's past the line of scrimmage. That ball was thrown past the line of scrimmage.
Illegal forward pass thrown from beyond the line of scrimmage. Loss of down, 2nd down.
Carlson Jackson gets ready to kick off for the Michigan Wolverines. 24-3 Michigan, and the third quarter is underway. Short kick taken by Dante Lee. Kirk Herbstreit is in the ball game at quarterback for Ohio State. Harrington gives the ball to Carlos Snow after the 32-yard line. But his first play produced about 9 yards, and this produces a first down. Herbstreit back, has some time, sets up a screen for Snow, gets a block over there, and he gets about a 9-yard carry on the play and a penalty flag. Holding. First down and 16 after the penalty. There's a pass right on the money to the 40-yard line. Caught by Joey Galloway, and sure do make it sound simple.
That's what you try to do. You try to get it to be simple.
This is Snow. He's got those good feet. Snow's got it. Snow again. Pretty good job over there by Mr. Townsend, I'll tell you. Herbstreit got away from Townsend. Gonna have to get away from him again. Finally throws the ball, and it's complete to Carlos Snow. This is Pinote. 3 yards. Here comes Pinote. Twists his way across the 35. Third down and 4 for Ohio State. After they've had time to talk, what do? They give the ball to Pinote. And Pinote runs right into Brian Townsend. And it's fourth down. There wasn't a whole lot of imagination after a timeout. Third and 4. Third and long, you know full well that they're going to stay there in front of you. Now it's fourth down and 3, and they throw. And it is caught. And it is caught for a first down by Carlos Snow. That's Scotty Graham.
I loved watching those types of games. I hated playing them.
Oh, Mark, first. Scotty Graham can't get away. No, Carlos Snow it is. 25. That's Townsend one more time. Herbstreit gives the ball to Snow. Snow will have a yard. No, not Dyson. It's Dyson. Fourth down. Second time in this possession. They're down on fourth down. Herbstreit. And they shoot him down. Eric Anderson, the edge of the track. Vernon Leggett checks in now with Tyrone Wheatley, the tailback. Vernon comes it out. Let's go for Desmond Howard.
But watch Howard. He sees the ball all the way and continues to run to the ball. Great speed, great concentration to get to the ball. Just outran the defensive back who had good coverage.
First down at the Ohio State 20. Gets the ball to Wheatley, bouncing around in traffic.
Ball carried by Tyrone Wheatley.
James Howard is the most excited, but James, first let me ask you about the Heisman Trophy and about Desmond coming back to school. What are your feelings about him playing an additional year?
Well, I know he's very concerned about his education. And as a family, we wouldn't push nothing towards him but that. So we can live with him if he want to come back to Michigan.
You're back. And Wheatley in traffic down to about the 14-yard line. Back to Jack.
Tyrone Wheatley,
Mr.
the ball
Howard,
carrier.
you're from the Ohio area. Why didn't Desmond go, let's say, to Ohio State?
Well, at a particular time when they beat Captain McKinley and Mass and they had a good year, we had 30 coaches come in the gym talk to everybody. Then all 20 of them came and talked to us one-on-one, and I guess Ohio State, with that transition, they didn't get a chance to come back.
I bet you they regret that fact that they didn't go back on a one-on-one interview, Keith.
I would think so. Anybody who didn't go back to talk to him would regret it. Greg McThomas is in the lineup now in the backfield for Michigan. And Gerbeck turns and hands the ball to him, and he goes down to the 10, and it depends on the spot.
Ball carried.
4th down and short. First they need the first down, and they get it with McComas,
Ball
the
carried.
fullback. This could be a backbreaker right here for Pickett. Wheatley. And he's close to the 5-yard line before he is wrestled down. 2nd down, just outside the 5. Gerbeck back to throw it. Gotta get rid of it. And he does as he is hit. And he took a pretty good lick. Blitz. Wheatley runs right by the blitz. Touchdown. Carlos Snow, Dante Lee. This time it's Snow from the 5. Says it's a lot of time. Sure. Only if you're coaching.
Like a coach.
2nd down and 10. And this is Carlos Snow. A lot of college football on Thanksgiving weekend here on ABC. Herbstreit takes off, and Kirk gets his first down. Runs the football out to about the 29-yard line. Back goes Herbstreit. Throws underneath, little touch pass, good to Scotty Graham, and Graham's across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Scotty Graham, short of his first down, and here's Jack.
Keith, remember in the first half you were talking about how they cut up the old rug here, that tartan turf, and they began to sell it? Well, what they did is they cut it up into wall hangings, coasters, and even doormats. Now what they've done is they've sold 70% of it in the distribution we're showing you now, and they raised over $105,000. Now what's interesting about that is half of it has gone to the athletic department, the other half of the proceeds to the library here in Ann Arbor.
That's all. I was trying to filch that before the game. I didn't know you were planning to use it. You almost lost it. There's your first down as the quarterback keeps it. Follows the line surge to the 40-yard line. Almost surely, because I can't conceive Miami losing to Boston College or San Diego State. That pass is thrown deep down the middle, and really no chance for Joey Galloway to get to it. The ball is about 5 yards too long, but at least Herbstreit aired it out vertically, which is going to come up after this ball game today. That's going to be a pretty tough outing. It won't be a picnic. This is Carlos Snow, and he's going to the marker, and he may very well have it. They've got him marked right at the 50. Washington State is on the manpower to play the very few people do. And nothing coming out that way because all 45 is there. Herbstreit. Still alive. And finally gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll do it. For Ohio State, 3rd down and 10. And as we go to the final quarter of play, 31-3 the score, Michigan. And the pass drilled by Herbstreit to his tight end, Jeff Ellis, and picks up a first down. Penn State, Tennessee in the Fiesta. Penn State counts as the Big Ten team. I told you where Ohio State's going. So, that's Michigan. So 6 bowl teams. Here they run a double reverse, and it works with Galloway. Getting around the corner and showing some athletic ability, picks up 9 yards. A lot of people mumbling about Ty Detmer winning the Heisman last year. I don't have anything.
He just makes plays, Keith.
That's right.
He's doesn't have the size, doesn't have the speed. He just makes the plays.
He's a gamer. Herbstreit steps away from the pursuit twice. Throws. Penalty flag, interference. 15-yard penalty and a first down for Ohio State, and Kirk Herbstreit's making things happen. And now Herbstreit gets him going on first down, gives the ball to the up man, the fullback, and Jeff Cochran will pick up about 2 yards on the carry.
The difference has been the big plays for Michigan. Both turnovers by Ohio State led to touchdowns. They had a 93-yard punt return. They have made big plays out of short drives.
That's Harris carrying the ball. Raymont is down just short of the 5-yard line. They've got to go to the 1 to get the first down. And give Ohio State, give him the coaching staff a chance to stabilize their program. They give the ball to Harris, and the play never had a chance. Harris stumbled a little bit. Herbstreit may not have gotten the handoff clean to him. Certainly in Columbus and Ann Arbor. Herbstreit back. Pass on the goal line. Incomplete, intended for Galloway, previous pitch. Knocked away by Lance Dutton.
Pass protection up front is going to be pretty good this time.
First and goal.
It's inside, nobody there.
Now they've called pass interference. I never saw the flag, but it has been called for Michigan. Give the ball to Carlos Snow. Snow fumbled the ball. Fumbled the ball. Michigan recovers it. The 5 to about the 6. You see the water dripping off the goalpost there. It's starting to rain quite hard. Gerback hands it to Wheatley. And he's to the 9. Gerback lets it fly. Howard's down there. Double coverage.
Defensive backs over there. The ball was big time underthrown, and he just wanted the football.
Ricky Powers is back in the ball game. Ricky has apparently done his penance for having fumbled, and now he's back in. He better not fumble again. Now let's go to Jack LaRue.
I think you saw that great catch by Desmond Howard. Well, 16 games ago, Michigan changed to what they call the reverse dimple ball. The pebble grain is like on a golf ball. It's inverted. And both Desmond Howard and Elvis Gerback say they can grasp the ball better. It's amazing. I don't have big hands, and I can hold on to this thing. Wouldn't have you liked to have had this, Bob Griese, in your day?
Third down and 7. Gerback lets it go underneath everybody. It's good to yield down. Let's see the Warriors now. He'll get your second catch of the day.
I'll tell you, it works. You can hold on to it better.
Carolina, Cincinnati. Gerback is 7 out of 13 today for 129 yards. Punts away by Escobar. Harris is the single back now for the Buckeyes. And Herbstreit puts it up, and Galloway can't reel it in. Incomplete pass.
Very gently into the next coaching system, but when you change staffs, bringing a guy from the outside, it's much more difficult. Retain somebody for that reason, but if somebody resigns or takes another job somewhere else, it's best to go with the somebody that's on the staff.
Second down and 7. Herbstreit throws a balloon downfield that is intercepted. The ball took off on him, and this is Corwin Brown. Got an Ohio State man down on the field across the way, having lost his helmet.
Could be rough on the passer.
I think it's the Herbstreit, the quarterback, and there's a flag over there with him. Whoa.
It's Henderson, 79.
Yep, landed right on top of it. Kirk Herbstreit has gone off the field and is sitting on the bench.
He walked off. He
walked
got a little help, so.
Incidentally, as Kent Graham comes back in at quarterback on first down as a result of roughing the passer, goes to Benote.
Just a steady, smart player, no flash, just go get the job done.
Kent Graham flushed. Can't do much with it. From the 46-yard line now, it is 3rd down and 9 for Ohio State. And the pass is going behind the intended receiver. Not a very good kick. Sliced off the side of his foot. And Desmond will have nothing to do with it. And the Buckeyes will roll it dead for back. Hands it off to Wheatley, who's played a lot today. About it.
Yep.
Right there.
That's the key for Michigan.
6-9, opening the door one more time. There goes Wheatley. I mean, he's starting to feel his oats. I mean, he's starting to run over for us.
Getting an opportunity to just show what he can do.
On first down. On that carry. You come here, it's an amazing place to me to sit out here and watch 105, 106,000 people. This is McComas. Go inside 3 minutes. I mean, it will really look at this here. Little screen set up, and the big old Roger Hart, 6'4", 225 pounds, was coming like a truck. Here comes some pressure. They pick it up. It gets away. Bouncing around and the spin line to let it go. Pass intended for Brian Stegman, who is from Erie, Pennsylvania.
You know, after that loss last week, Florida State to Miami, they dropped from 1 to 3, and I think that was probably correct in front of Michigan. They beat Michigan earlier in the year.
Reaching, diving try for the reception by Galloway. Doesn't go, and it's incomplete.
He's not really leaving early in the true sense of the word.
That pass is overthrown. Incomplete.
I don't think there's no way you can stop him from doing it because they have a right to earn a living. But this is a question that the NFL and the NCAA need to work out.
He won't touch it. Let it roll around because he didn't get a clean shot at it. He probably talked his way back on the field. And on first down, you got a whole lot of folks into the ball game for the first time today, including Ken Solomon, who comes to Michigan from Canyon Country out in California. And so Michigan is going to finish the season with only 1 loss, that to Florida State on this field. They are headed for a Big Ten championship. They are headed for the Rose Bowl. Ricky Powers carrying the ball, had over 1,000 yards this year. Quite an accomplishment for a sophomore from Akron, Ohio. Everybody's expecting Rosie.
What's a 1,000-yard rusher doing in the ball game with 40 seconds to play? It's a little message that Gary Moeller is sending to him. He fumbled twice against Illinois last year. Fumbled once early in this ball game. Sat out the middle 2 quarters. A subtle message that Gary Moeller, who'll be coaching his first Rose Bowl.
He may be the most excited fellow on the team.
I think he is.
This is Greg McComas. Crowd today was the 4th largest ever at Michigan Stadium, 106,156 people. This one is history. The 88th meeting between Ohio State and Michigan has been won by the home team, Michigan,